Hello friends, my name is Steve and this is Steve Talks Books. Thanks for coming by and watching my weekly update. It's where I talk about what I've been reading, what I'm going to read, what I hope to read, what I didn't quite finish, and everything in between. If you're new here, I typically read grimdark and horror, but I'm open to any genre. I've just been reading lots of grimdark lately. It's just been tickling my fancy lately. I think we've all been in that kind of, we kind of have a mood and we read a certain genre for a while. I've been just kind of like stuck in this dark fantasy, grimdark phase. And you may notice on the channel that I like to talk to people. I have lots of conversation videos, lots of interviews, long form content. If the long form content isn't something you want to watch on YouTube, I do have a podcast that all the long form content is posted on. So everything from page chewing to author interviews to Friday conversations, which I'll get to here in a minute. All that stuff is on the podcast. So if you'd rather listen instead of watch, then it's available there for your listening pleasure. So let's talk about what I read this week. Lately I've been trying to loosen up my reading schedule a little bit and do less group reads. While I love the group reads, I've been trying to do less of them and just kind of feel like I can jump to different series if I want to. I can leave myself more leeway so I can just jump from book to book, or if I'm feeling like finishing a series, I can do that. I don't have to wait and finish another book first. So that's really been working out for me. And because of that, this week I did finish the Rift cycle from Halo by Halo Scott. I started that first book a couple months ago. I think it was in January. I think I was during the period I had COVID. And I finished that, the first one. I've been reading every book. The third book is Eye of the Brave, and I finished that last week. I finished that probably the beginning of the week, this week, depending on when you're watching this. So I finished that book. I was going to read The True Bastards next because we're group reading that series. It's a relaxed group read. So I was going to start that, but my book hadn't gotten here yet. And I didn't want to start the ebook. I like having the paper in my hands. And another thing is the ebook is like $2 cheaper than the physical copy, which I didn't get. Anyway, I digress. So I didn't have this book in my dirty little mitts yet, so I did finish Elegy of the Void. It's the fourth book in the Rift Cycle series. And I gotta say, the end of the fourth book got me a little, that pulled in the heartstrings quite a bit. And there's lots of, this series is something else. It's funny, it's ultra violent, it makes you question who you should be rooting for. All those types of books that I normally read. If you know me, this is usually the type of stories I like. So the fourth and final book, the last few pages, were pretty emotional. Pretty, they got me pretty good, the last few pages. But it's a series that I did enjoy quite a bit. I think there's, like I said, there's lots of violence. These characters, the world that's created, and the story. I think. It took some turns I didn't expect, and overall it's a really fun time. We are having a spoiler-filled discussion for this series with author Halo Scott. So if you have not read it, or if you have read it, there's still time to join that stream if you want to join it. I'm not sure if it'll be a live stream. I don't want to spoil anyone on the series, so I'm not sure if that'll be live streamed or not. But if you are interested in joining or just participating in the chat, let me know if that's something that you'd like to watch. Then I can figure out whether we're going to do a live stream or something that we record and then release after. But I think I want to give the opportunity to anyone who wants to come in to interact with Halo and ask questions. And after Elegy of the Void, I did have a little bit of a hangover. I was going to jump into The True Bastards next, and I just think I needed like a day. You know, when you finish a series or you have that ending that kind of gets to you, I needed a day. I just needed a day to just like a little bit of a hangover there. So this week I did start The True Bastards. It's the second book in the Lotlands trilogy, and I'm enjoying it. This book has a different feeling than the first book. I'm only 30 pages in, but I do get a different vibe from it, and it's not in a bad way. It's just different. It just feels a little different. And after The True Bastards, I plan to start reading Red Country. We are having that discussion on Yolene's channel next weekend. We were planning it for last weekend, but we got moved because of some scheduling stuff. So they got pushed to next weekend. So we will have that on Yolene's channel. I'll leave her channel down below. Be sure and subscribe to Yolene because she's awesome. And we have lots of plans that I'll get you here in a minute. So on the channel last week, it was a busy week. Monday, we had page chewing with Taylor from May Between the Pages. Lana from Lauren Lullabies, author Zamil Akhtar, and of course P.L. Stewart. We got together early that morning because we're all over the world. It was 5 a.m. for me, but I don't mind waking up early for that group. It's such a fun group to chat with, and it's funny because I think we were on stream for, I don't know, almost like 3 hours, and then we talked for another 2 hours after that. So it was altogether it was like a 5-hour experience, but the time just flies with that group, and we just can get on a topic and we can just talk and talk and talk and talk, and no one ever feels left out. At least I hope not. It's just really, I don't know. There's something about that group that we just click, and it's a lot of fun when that happens. It's rare, so when you do find it, it's good to take advantage of it. We hope to have another get together on either Taylor's channel or on Lana's channel, and do it again soon. So hopefully that'll work out. Later in the day, on Monday, I did have another episode of Page Chewing. We did visit with Angela Board and Crystal Matar. We did talk with them about fantasy publishing, a couple of emotional moments there in the middle for those of you who watched that. Of course, with P.L. Stewart on that one as well, my co-host. But P.L. Stewart's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. And also this week, on Thursday, we had the Winter Road spoiler-filled discussion with author Adrian Selby, and of course with Angie. She came by as well. I'll leave her channel down below. Be sure and check that out. We did have that spoiler-filled discussion. It was a great time. It's the kind of book you can talk about and talk about and talk about. There's a lot that goes into it, and Adrian's another great person to chat with, and just really friendly and kind. So it's just so many great experiences with this stuff. So really great time. We are Zara from Books with Zara was going to join us, but she had some internet problems right before that morning, so she wasn't able to make it. But we will be talking Brother Red, I believe, on her channel here in a month or two. So we're having another spoiler-filled discussion with Adrian Selby. I'll let everyone know when that's planned, but that is coming soon. Also with Zara, we are planning a deep dive into Obsidian Awakening by Sienna Frost, or Faye, as some of you know her. So we're planning that as well. I think that's in June, but I need to get that on the calendar for anyone who's interested. And also yesterday, which was Saturday, my interview with Daniel Brahm posted. We did record that a couple of weeks ago, but I'm trying to find the right times to release these interviews, so go and check that out if you haven't already. And this week on the channel, by the time you watch this, I think the stream will be over, but I'm speaking to you from the past. The Page Chewing episode with T.L. Schuler and B.A. Ballack, that'll be today. Next weekend is a pretty busy weekend. We have the Priest of Bones discussion on Yolene's channel. We're doing the read-along with Yolene, and we're meeting about once a month to chat about those books. So that's next weekend. Then we're having the Red Country discussion on Yolene's channel. She's going to have a busy afternoon. And then in that afternoon, I do have another episode of Page Chewing with Virginia McLean and P.S. Livingston. So be sure and check that out. I'll have all the thumbnails up. Also, you may have already noticed this because the thumbnail is up, but the Friday conversation returns next weekend with Mike from Mike's Book Reviews, Yolene from Yolene Reads, of course, Philip Chase, and Jimmy from the Fantasy Network. So I did not plan for all of this to happen. It just kind of came together. It's really strange the way how easy it, I don't want to say easy, but it was really strange the way everything just fell into place with this. Yeah, Yolene and I were chatting about just kind of having a casual chat, and it's like, well, let's see who wants to join us. And everyone said yes. So it worked out really well. Really looking forward to that. It'll be a casual, just a hangout. So nothing planned. We won't have to prepare anything. It's just going to be a fun time. So hope you can come by and join us for that. Also, I want to shout out a new channel. The new channel is called The Book Geordie. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. A new booktuber. The channel just went up recently, so I will leave that link down below. Be sure and go check that out. And of course, I'm going to try and do one channel per week, at least one channel per week. When I find a new channel, or just kind of to help boost the signal, I think it's important to help these new channels out, or channels who are sometimes, sometimes I think people just get unlucky and they make great content, but for whatever reason, the algorithm or whatever it may be just doesn't, give them a little helping hand. So it's good when other channels get shouted out. It really helps out. Because I know when I first started, I had some mentions by some other channels, and it was a great boost for me. So I always want to return that favor to the newer channels that are starting out. And I did have a poll up for the one. I want to do a 1,000 subscriber kind of Q&A or AMA type of thing. And I had a poll up for whether there should be a live stream or something pre-recorded. And it looks like live stream is going to win. So I will be planning that here in the next couple of weeks. Maybe not this Friday, but the following Friday. But I'll be sure and let everyone know. And I will have, if someone wants to ask a question, I don't know. I'm kind of viewing it more as just like a kind of a hangout. But if you do want to ask a question, next week when I announce the day, if you want to leave a question in the comments, I'll be sure and add it to my list, and I'll get to it during that live stream. I'll just read them off and kind of do a double thing. So if you want some question, if you have a question that's I don't know, you think for some reason I'm the person to ask, then you can leave that in the comments when I announce the day. So what's going on in your world? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Any special plans this week? This week, we are going to see Deftones. They are coming here to a concert. This concert was supposed to be like 2 years ago, and it got postponed because of COVID and everything, and it kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. It's finally here. So this coming Thursday, we'll be going to see Deftones live. And I wondered, concerts are kind of a strange thing because we didn't have concerts for a while because the whole world was shut down. But what is your favorite concert experience? Whether it be the performance, the music, what would be your favorite? And I've thought about this, and I think my favorite one, and it's not the best music. I mean, musicianship, they're fine, but the best experience that I've had at a concert, like the best live show, the best live experience, was probably Godsmack. I've seen them a couple of times, but they always put on a really great show. They include the audience. They have some really cool things that they do, like drums and things like that really neat. So that's been my favorite experience. And I haven't been to like a ton of concerts, but I've been to some not so great ones. Probably the most cringy experience I've had at a live concert was it a couple of years ago when Nine Inch Nails we went to see 9 Inch Nails, and I'm having a brain fart now. I can't remember the name. Perry Farrell, Porno for Pyros. I believe that's the band name. I don't know why I'm forgetting it. Anyway, they opened, and Perry Farrell came up to the microphone and said, "Good evening, Santa Fe." It's like, okay, we're not in Santa Fe. But that was probably the funniest awkward, cringy experience. And I wonder, I would be the person to do something like that all the time if I was ever in that spot. So I just think it's kind of funny. So let me know what your favorite concert experience was, and also your most cringeworthy concert experience was down below. I always like to hear from you. Let me know what you're reading, what you're watching, or what you're listening to. I find new stuff all the time from all of you, so thanks for interacting with me in the comments below. So if you'd like to connect with me, the best place is on our forum, pagechewing.com. We have a blog, we have calendars, and anyone can create their own blog there. So if you want to start a blog, you can. They're open to anyone who's a member. And we do talk about all the books, all the group reads and stuff. That's where I plan all my events. So if you're curious what I have coming up, it's on the calendar there. And I like to just do it all in one place because I got tired of jumping from platform to platform. I can also be found on Vero. That's my personal kind of catch-all is Vero. I like Vero. A couple of you have joined Vero. It's a different type of experience. It takes a little getting used to because there's no algorithm and there's no ads. So it's a little different to kind of get your footing on it. It just feels weird at first. And it makes me wonder if the algorithm is one of those things that we hate, but we've come to use it, and we've become accustomed to it, and we don't know what to do without it anymore. And that's kind of sad, a little depressing. Speaking of algorithms, I'm also on Twitter at Steve Talks Books. That's my book focused Twitter. And also I'm on Instagram and Facebook that I don't ever check, but I'm there. So I'm not sure if that'll stay along very much longer because I can't keep up with all the stuff. So I hope all of you are doing great. And also, like I mentioned, the podcast is available for anyone who wants to listen to these long form discussions. So I hope you can come by and interact with us on Friday with the Friday conversation. It'd be fun to chat with all of you and to chat with the other booktubers that are joining me that evening. And I hope you're all doing great. I will talk to you soon.